So I was just sleeping and a thought just, flashed or came to memory. You see, I'm not a science student, but years back when I had the privilege of sitting down in a biology class, I was opportune to listen and hear about diffusion with more precisely osmosis. Osmosis. How do you, osmosis, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I remember very well osmosis was defined as a biological system whereby there is a random net or a net random movement of water molecules from a place of higher concentration to a place of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, right? And you also remember that in that place of higher concentration, it means that there is higher solvents and lower solutes. And in the place of lower concentration, it means that there is higher solutes but lower solvent. Solvent here is in form of water. Yeah, water. And solutes here are forms of solid substances, gaseous, and sometimes liquid substances, but not necessarily water. Now, you understand now that osmosis is very, very important in the human system because when there is lower water supply through a semi-permeable membrane in the human system, especially in that place of lower water molecule concentration, it means that the kidney and the gastrointestinal system is at risk of failure at some point, and it's very dangerous. And at the same time, it means that since there is lower water concentration in this area and higher solute, and on the other hand we have higher water concentration, that's higher solvent and lower solute on the other part, it means that the other cells that have higher water molecules are also at risk of bursting. So it means that either ways it's not good at all, right? So it means that for there to be an equilibrium, for there to be a healthy living, then water molecule need to pass through a semi-permeable membrane into that place of lower water concentration that has higher solute for life to be normal. Just something like that. That's in a rough sketch. So, thinking deeper as I was sleeping, I just remember that this is just how life is. Now, what do I mean? You see, God made you and I, God made everyone and gave us different abilities in different and varying capacity depending on what our system can carry. That capacity that God gave us is that solvent. God has given every one of us enough solvent in our varied capacity to enable us water and nurture the gifts and the talents and the abilities that He has given us. Now, the gifts, talent, creative ability that I'm talking about here are the solutes, which are in one part of our body, and the other part of our body can contain some other things. But that's by the way. What am I trying to say? Many of us have allowed those gifts, talent, and creative ability that God has given to us, those skills that God has given to us, many of us have allowed them to suffer in a place of lower solvent, in a place of lower water molecule concentration, and this is not helping them, because the more we let them starve in that dimension, the more we stand the risk of losing them on the long run. And meanwhile, the place where we have enough water that is solvent, we are allowing those cells, those parts of our body, to keep receiving all the water, and day by day, we are getting fatter, we are getting beautiful on the face, but not knowing that they are standing risk of bursting on the long run. Now, what are we supposed to do in a time like this? It is high time we allow the water the ability, the capacity that God has given to us to pass through a semi-permeable membrane in our system, to go to nurture all of those talents, all of those skills, all of those creative abilities that God has given to us. To nurture them, to let them go. We need to water them because they are suffering. But no, many of us have allowed procrastination, have allowed laissez-faire attitude, have allowed laziness to block that particular semi-permeable membrane that is supposed to allow water to pass through. Let's be careful about all of these things. Sometimes it's good we use some of these universal laws to try to interpret what is happening around us, so we'll know what our problem really is. Everything we need to succeed in life, God has given to us in our different abilities. But sometimes we take laws into our hands and let certain things to die and suffer and fade away. Suffering, stagnation, suffering, starvation, and what have you. So let's go back to the drawing board and